Welcome to KR Talks podcast. And our guest for today is Muthu Kumar Acharya, co founder of HR Labs, HR consultancy, and DigiCloud tech startup. Muthu Kumar has a Business Excellence Award in Human Resources, and Muthu is also a social entrepreneur. Apart from that, he does many things. So his introduction is um quite vast, but to keep things precise, and we learn about we learn about Muthu as we progress in this conversation. Welcome, Muthu, uh, to the podcast. How's your week been so far?
Thank you so much, Krish. It's been so great. Good to meet a lot of people, and I'm recently in one of the platform called Clubhouse, so it's pretty interesting, and I get to meet a lot of people. So it was good, really a good weekend, good week and weekend both.
That's nice. Yeah, so basically, just to give you all an overview, I met Muthu at a Clubhouse group, and I should say I completely vouch that Clubhouse is a great platform, and I think it has added value to networking. It's made meeting people even more easier than it was ever before. So thanks to Clubhouse to make a platform, and we are here today. So the other day, um, I saw your website, and there's a thought that came to my mind. Is that now we are in this situation, right? There's a virus around. It's spreading fast.
Mhm.
Places are having lockdowns. People are being forced to stay at home. People are being advised not to go out. In this case,
Mhm.
how can we make the best use of this time? How do we upgrade ourselves?
Right.
Because certainly there's one thing that we have in our hands, and that is time. So how can we use this time to upgrade ourselves?
Yeah, that's a good question, Krish. Actually, this is very, very important that this is an area of focus. It is important that we use this time for upskilling ourselves. Either we do it ourselves or the companies focuses on upskilling their employees, because this is the best time that they can use or utilize for upskilling. So first, let us quickly understand what is upskilling. It is a process of acquiring new and relevant competencies that are needed, okay, for the betterment of the career, for the enhancement of their career, or climbing up the ladder in the career. Okay, so why upskilling is needed? Because we all know that we are going in digitalization, right? So just imagine 2 years before, work from home was just an option you get to hear very rarely and things like that. Now work from home has become a norm. So digitalization is more in place now, so we need to learn a lot of skills, probably lot of communication platforms have come, lot of project management tasks or task management platforms have come. So a lot of skills that we need to upgrade ourselves to enhance, to ensure that we enhance our skills to be available for the market that is needed. So first thing is that we need to really focus on upskilling, because during this testing times, during this pandemic situation, during while you're at home and work from home, communication becomes a really challenging aspect in any organization. while you're sitting in the organization, you're sitting to your right next to your colleagues, and you ask, and then you have every second, every minute you can have a conversation and get this closed, and the communication gap can be reduced. But whereas sitting in the office, I mean, you're sitting in some place at your home, and somebody else is, I mean, your team leader or your colleagues are sitting in their houses, and you cannot get to speak very often. Of course, you can pick up a phone and speak to them, but it is going to be a little comparatively lesser than while you're sitting in the office and communicating. So this is the time that you got to learn a lot of skills. You can think on improving your communication skills. You can think of improving on your project management skills, your coordination skills, a lot of other skills that we can think of, which will help us become better. So this is my opinion, that you can utilize this time for upskilling yourself. Right.
Yeah, that is completely what that even I believe in this. During the lockdown, I started off working on my communication skills, and then I
Okay.
got into Toastmasters,
Mm-hmm.
where it wasn't just about communicating but also engaging the audience. And let me tell you all, it's a skill to engage your audience, because the audiences nowadays have a very, very short attention span. And
Span.
I'm sure you have experience in videos as well, that people don't tend to watch the whole thing. People have a short attention span, which is why things like uh, TikTok and Instagram Reels have gained so much popularity, because you get it all instant.
Correct.
So
Correct.
one of the things that uh, another thing that I did during the lockdown is I was serving as the vice president of public relations at my Toastmasters
Mm-hmm.
club, and I learned graphic designing. I would
Right.
design posters for
Mm-hmm.
all the club meetings, all the members' achievements, and all the club's achievements, and meeting highlights. I used to make that you using the branding guidelines. So not only have I learned graphic designing, but also uh, the thing that there are organizations which have branding guidelines, specific color,
Correct.
specific fonts. So
Correct.
how to make the best poster using the limited branding guidelines that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of networking, it's given me a great opportunity. I've joined networking events, which is, guys, how myself and Muthu, met. We both
Right.
met through networking. So,
Right.
one just another thing that came to my mind is: do you think that the pandemic, specifically things like Clubhouse, LinkedIn, and all these platforms, and especially Zoom, Zoom and Google Meet and Teams, do you think they have helped professionals reach out to a global audience, which was kind of untapped before the pandemic hit us?
Right. Absolutely. I agree with it. I mean, yes, platforms like LinkedIn or LinkedIn is basically a written text. It's a platform where you can put up your text and images and things like that. People come network and see, like it and comment and all that. When it comes to Instagram, it is again a social networking site, and little with videos, and maybe a 30 seconds videos and 40-second videos. Promotional videos is what you do, but again, it is not a direct engagement. But whereas Clubhouse is more to do with voice
Hmm.
social networking site, where people engage, like I'm talking to you now in Zoom in a video format, video social networking. Maybe I wouldn't say social networking, it's a conferencing platform. Zoom is more of a conferencing platform, people use it with a closed group. So I mean, the third person cannot enter the room now here. But Clubhouse is not that way. Clubhouse is more, open room, and a lot of people can come in, and you get to meet with people. And it's not just about in text format or it's in video format. There are a lot of people who doesn't want it to be in front of the camera, so they want it to be behind the screens. Maybe they are comfortable behind the screens in, talking to someone. Maybe you can be in your pajamas and you can feel yourself comfortable, and you can start talking. So that's why, Clubhouse kind of a platform which has helped people overcome their introvert feeling, or camera shy person, started opening up to the market now. So, and more importantly, it is social networking platform, so people can interact with anyone, and anytime, and all that they need is just a voice that is needed. And the best thing about the Clubhouse is that you have the voice here to connect. You can you can feel the emotions while you talk to people. So it is connecting little more than any other platform. I would say that is the reason it is a major hit. So I think this is also helping every individual in upskilling. There are a lot of people who come and start singing, who's a budding singers, and there are budding entrepreneurs. They come talk to people. They talk to really big entrepreneurs, and they get an opportunity to speak to them. And they don't get to meet each other, just that over the voice they connect, and they get a lot of information. They become little better. I see a lot of rooms on entrepreneurship, a lot of rooms on HRs, and a lot of skills enhancement are all happening. So I believe that it is contributing to upskilling, like you said. So I totally agree with it.
Yeah, and the thing with Clubhouse is quite an interesting platform. It can be used for both purposes, social and networking. There are many groups which are aimed and language exchanges also. So
Absolutely.
it's quite interesting because this platform has multiple uses. I think to some degree, even Facebook has that because they have groups and they have pages on the business and networking side of things. And you've
Mhm.
got your family and friends that are there. But
Right.
definitely, I think the pandemic has opened up more opportunities. Of course, it has affected all of us, but it has opened up more opportunities. And I do
Mhm.
see that after this pandemic, you know, things would become like people will, and this is my personal prediction. I'm not an expert, but I think people will start traveling more. People will want to meet these people who they've met online and had a relationship.
Absolutely.
I think within relationship building, it is one thing to maintain face-to-face relations, but I think even building online relations
Mhm.
requires effort and consistency because
Correct.
technically people can see your personal brand,
Right.
but I think that along with your personal brand, if you add some personal touch to every conversation and try to get to know the other person, that really helps in going for a long way. What are
Right.
your thoughts on relationship building in the online uh,
Right.
setting?
Yeah, it matters a lot because we live in an era where connect, collaborate, and move on. So basically, it is important that I heard someone saying it. Network is your net worth. So the kind of
Wow.
quality, yeah, the kind of quality network that you have is going to convert to be your net worth. So of course, relationship building matters a lot. This is heading in the right directions in terms of relationship building or network building in the social platforms, especially with LinkedIn and Facebook and now Clubhouse. That's really cool. I mean, each are connected in each platforms. You're connected with somebody in their own style, in their own pattern. in Clubhouse, we are able to speak to each other. Now we have come forward to see each other in Zoom, and then we are able to say one hi to each other. So basically, we are trying to take this, to a next level. So we are not just stopping in Clubhouse. We came forward, and we interact. We are interacting right now, and of course, the relationship, friendship will continue. So basically, that's a starting platform. Now it doesn't stop there. Maybe after the pandemic ends, maybe probably people will go and meet up with the quality people that they encountered in Clubhouse or any other social media platform. So one of the important skills in the corporates or any the need of the hour is the people skills. So people skills, when I say people skills, it matters a lot. If you I have a diagram which explains what is so important for today's generation or today's scenario. So can I share the screen so that
Yeah,
you get?
sure, sure. Yes,
It'll
yes.
be
Please feel free to share. I think our audience will really get value from
yeah.
this diagram. Please feel free to share your
Right,
screen.
right. I will just do that. It
I'll
says
give you, yeah. I'll give you host, yeah, uh, yeah. You should be able to share.
no, it is, yes. Okay, you are able to see it.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So basically, I will just tell you how it works. Any organization in the world, any organization, irrespective of the industry, irrespective of the size of the company, the skill set is divided like this, and the entire organization focus is going to be based on this diagram. Okay, irrespective of the industry. Okay. First is the entry level. You get any organization, you have entry level people who is there in the organization. Then you have mid supervisory level people, and then you have the top management. Okay, this is how the
Hmm.
organization is. Okay, entry level, mid supervisory, and the top management. Okay,
Hmm.
now what is that they need to focus on? If you see the entry level bottommost left corner, the decision making, if you see that decision making quadrant, it is very less. Entry level person doesn't get to spend a lot of his time in decision making because he doesn't have the experience or expertise to do that, right? Then if you see the mid supervisory level, he takes little more decisions than the entry level person there. So he is little elevated because he's spent some good amount of time, he's built that expertise. Now when you come to management, top management, they spend a lot of time in decision making, all right, because of the experience and things like that. Okay, and next is people skills. If you see people skills, be it an entry level, mid supervisory, or top management, equally important, because irrespective of the position that you are in the organization, you need people to develop. I mean, you need people to deliver for you, right? It is so important that you build that good relationship. You are able to motivate them, you are able to lead them, you are able to train them, you are able to coach them, you are able to mentor them and make sure they perform. So all that is important in any levels in the organization is people skills. Very, very, very important. And next is your technical skills. All right. So you're able to see that technical skills. I mean, maybe the diagram is, I mean, the image is just your the last part of,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes, I can clearly see text
okay,
skills.
right. The last part of the skills is technical skills. If you see top management will not sit and do a coding there, right?
Yeah,
But
right.
maybe there is little, maybe, but you should be aware of it. So little technical skills. When it comes to mid supervisory, little more than the top management, technical skills are more important here. Okay. When it comes to bottom level employee, the entry level, more technical skills are needed. If you see if you understand the
Yes.
diagram, right. So you see that anywhere, any level, what is utmost important skill that any level would need is your people skills. So I just thought, I will share this diagram with the folks here so that they understand how much important is that people skills. You see, decision making is changing, technical skills are changing based on the level. The importance of the technical skills or the importance of decision making skills keeps changing as you progress,
Hmm.
right? If you see technical skills keep reduce, I mean, you don't need to focus so much on your technical skills as you grow up the ladder. Right. When it comes to decision making, you don't make decisions in the beginning stages. You increase it a little more in the mid supervisory. In top management, you do a lot of decision making. So the shift, there is a shift between this technical skills and decision making skills. When I say decision making, a lot of other skills involved, analytical, critical thinking, all lot more is there. Organizational skills, a lot of skills are needed. But then I'm sure while I put this diagram, you will be able to, the audience will be able to understand where people should focus, right? So did that make some sense?
Yes, and just one thing, uh, when you said that the top management may not need many technical skills, one thought that I want to share is that so the top management, that person always starts from a entry level, right? A fresher always starts from an entry level when they bring all these technical skills. So uh, as they grow, the importance of those technical skills goes down, and the decision making part, the leadership aspect, I think that has to shine. So,
Right.
do you think it's a good idea for a young person to work on their technical skills, but also pay a little attention to their leadership side as well, in terms of
Absolutely.
coaching, mentoring? Because the last thing that a young person would want to face is that they've got all the technical skills, they are working really hard, but they lack that leadership thing, that leadership hack thing. So,
Right.
do you have any piece of advice as to how
Right.
can young people, at a small scale, work on their decision making? Sorry, leadership.
Yeah, right. So what happens is that I will take a classic example. I don't want to name a company.
Okay,
There's
yeah,
one
sure.
of the senior most employee who spent about 10 years in the organization comes to me and says, I'm getting this less salary, but somebody who joined along with me, they're already into a director's position and earning so much of money into so many. So why is that? I mean, I wanted to know. I mean, as an HR, can you please guide me? What is that I'm lacking? Why am I not promoted? Why am I not earning as much as she does? So all that I have to do is just open the sheet, and I have to tell her that all this while, if I ask I asked her, what are your strengths? She says, I'm good at this. I'm good at this. Everything that she spoke was about technical skills. I asked her, what other skills do you possess? Then she says, maybe I am good at. She had to lot of think a lot and then come up with one or two skills and said that this is my strength. So now you yourself describe the director whom you are comparing yourself. What are the qualities that she possesses? Then she comes up with a list of other things. She didn't talk about the technical skills. Now I asked her, do you now get the difference? Basically, with your technical skills, it takes you to a certain extent and it stops there. If you don't have relevant skills from there, it will not elevate you furthermore. So let's say until you're mid supervisory, good to focus more on your technical skills. You can be a subject matter expert. You can coach, guide your mentees in terms of technical skills. But when you wanted to become an assistant manager or a manager, your technical skills alone will not get you there. You need to start thinking about conflict management, your people management skills, your analytical skills, your all these are all some of the
Relationship
things.
building skills
Yes, these
and
are all.
sustaining these relations. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what happens is that when you start managing people, your technical skills alone is not okay. So you need to be good at conflict management, as I said, analytical skills. You should be able to have people management skills. These are some of the skills which will help you become an assistant manager or a manager. Then again, as you grow on, the importance or the focus on the technical skills keeps reducing, and the other important factor, your other personal skills, your interpersonal skills matters a lot there. So your delegation skills, the art of getting things done from other people, the way you support your team, the way you make sure that you motivate them, the way you lead them, all these matters. So these are some of the skills. As they move up the career, as they get elevated up the ladder, they should start focusing on these skills. That is when she realized and said, I totally understand now why I did not get promoted, and why is that she got promoted. So basically, she said that was an eye-opening session for me, Muthu. I mean, all my 10 years, I couldn't figure this out. And your small diagram and small questions, couple of other questions helped me realize what is that I did not focus all through my 10 years of my life. So this is what happened. So that's how I gave this example, so that folks here understand, what is it they need to start focusing on as they progress. So what are the other skills that they need to focus? Each role, each department requires specific skills. We need to understand, identify those, and start working on those. One formula doesn't fit all. So one pattern doesn't fit all, right? So it is important that they understand what is that this particular role requires. Okay, what is that I should be good at in the next senior level in this? What is that I need to be good at if I wanted to be a manager? What is that I need to do if I wanted to be a senior manager? So all this, some of the things that they should analyze, start focusing on it, and develop those skills.
Also, I want to add that on the decision making for the top management, one more skill could be negotiation, right?
Yeah, all these
Yeah,
are all part
negotiation could
of.
be one more skill.
Absolutely.
All these interpersonal skills that we call as soft skills.
Right, right.
So
People say
as
it's all a bundle. It's a package
uh,
together.
yes, as you move up the ladder, your skill set goes from from hard skills
Soft
towards
skills.
transitioning into soft skills. Basically, uh, that is the thing. But this is
Right.
a very useful diagram. This it explains everything very clearly. It's clear, concise, and very relevant.
Absolutely. So I use this whenever people come to me and ask, hey, what is it I need to do? I got stagnated in one position. What am I supposed to do now? Then I tell them, list out all people skills. What all comes under people skills? List out, if you wanted to be a good decision maker, what all other things that you should be good at. Your negotiation, your analytical skills, your critical thinking, your innovation, everything that is helpful for you to decide, or to be a good decision maker. What all other skills that you need, like your negotiation, like you said, lot of other, list out all those, see what is relevant for your department, relevant for your role, start improvising on it. That is when you grow. So I use this as a tool to help people understand what is that they need to focus. I give them, and then I ask them to start writing for in each quadrant. I tell them, oh, go to this quadrant and identify those skills and write it. You go to this quadrant, I identify those skills needed to be here, write it. So I give it to them, and they start identifying themselves. They start figuring it out themselves, and that's how it goes.
This is a very useful information, and I think our users will really benefit from this diagram and the explanation that you have uh, given on the
Right.
diagram. I think after this session, I'm going to introspect about this diagram.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you so much, Muthu, for
Mm-hmm.
sharing these very insightful information.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope to see you soon in Bangalore, and we'll have a meal at MTR,
Right.
famous place for
Okay.
South Indian food.
Yeah, amazing place. Yes, yes. Right. Right. I will share this with you, the diagram. Probably
Sure.
I will share it with you, and then you can utilize, and probably you can give it to people who you think need to be benefited.
Sure. I would love to do that. And thank you so much. We look forward to meeting in the future as
Sure,
well.
sure.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Nice talking to
Thank
you.
you.
I had a good time. It's an amazing discussion we had. Thank you so much. Good day, Krish.
Uh,
Namaste.
thanks. Namaste.
Right.